Assalamualaikum and nice to meet you.
My name is Muhammad Azwan bin Yuhad.
And my name is Mama Azrazil Mugaripe.
So, today we will be making a review about Dota 2 and LoL. So, before we get into details regarding Dota 2 and LoL, how about we talk about the origin of MOBA? That will be explained by Azrul.
Thank you, Azwan. MOBA stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena, which originated from custom StarCraft map first seen 15 years ago. Created by mapmaker named Aeon64, this game then titled Aeon of Strife. Due to its popularity, the fans started to make a mode based on Aeon of Strife on another game called Warcraft 3. This mode on Warcraft 3 later called by fans Defense of the Ancient or Dota. This is the birth of Dota. Since Dota was only a mode and the player having rough time keeping up with the game, such as dealing with the toxic players since the game was custom and didn't monitor by game developer, the game couldn't ban or punish the player and the server of the game was managed by fan itself, kinda hard to deal with. Then a company called Riot Games decided to make a game called League of Legends or LoL based on Dota and it was a success. This is the birth of LoL. Okay, moving on to Dota 2 games that will be explained by Azwan. Azwan, if you will.
Thank you Azrul for telling about the origin of MOBA. I will start with history of Dota 2. So, Dota 2 was officially released on Steam for Microsoft Windows on July 9, 2013 and made available on Mac OS and Linux a week later. An important fact considering the public beta phase that began 2 years prior to its release was Windows only. Just over a month after launching on Mac OS and Linux, Valve announced the first major update to the game, First Blood. Amongst the various changes to gameplay, this update provides the ability to set up match through a LAN connection. So, next I will explain about how to play Dota 2 and its gameplay. The most significant that we can learn in Dota 2 is to understand the basics of the game. First and foremost, thing is to learn about the heroes and what can they do and what their capabilities. You don't need to learn how to play most every hero, but make sure you know what most every hero can do. So the major things in Dota 2 that you need to explain is familiarize yourself with the game. This is when the fun starts. Player will flame you and you will endure it. No matter how much time you spend with AI, you are bound to have a bad game once in a while. You need to endure it. However, playing with a human gives you a better overview on the game than with AIs. Learn the heroes. This is fundamental thing in order to improve your skill level. However, this takes time, and I don't mean to only learn what the abilities of hero do. I mean learn what your hero is capable. You need to play at least, I will say, 5 games with each hero in order to get familiar with the basic. Learn the map. This is pretty important, especially for heroes that can effectively judge within the jungle. Learn the items. This part is very dominant because every single one of them, every single details. I don't mean things like, oh yeah, red band will give me the stat and damage, which is cool. Think it's of in more details. You get strength, which is not only HP, it gives you HP regen as well, even though it's very low. Intelligence, which important is usually neglected, is give you mana and HP regen. Agility, damage for agility heroes of course. Attack speed and armor, both very important factors. These things are to be considered. It is why my best early game item is power tracks. I can switch between stats at every moment and take advantage of it. This actually saved my life dozens of times, as we have seen several mods in Dota 2 that is so popular among gamers. So I will explain some mods in Dota 2. I will start with game mods. Game mods are options which apply a set of rules of match of Dota. They can be used to vary the style of hero selection, hero availability and gameplay. Secondly, matchmaking mod. Matchmaking mod, match can only have one style of hero picking. Player may also swap heroes with team mates after picking during the time before the lane creep spawn. Next is rank matchmaking. It's unlocked at patch level 20. After each match, player matchmaking rating MMR will increase or decrease based on game result. The following game modes are also available in unranked matchmaking, though different rules may apply. Next is random draft RT. In this mode, 50 heroes are randomly chosen to be available. The players on each team take turns picking heroes from the pool and only have 20 seconds to make their selection when it's their turn. Turbo is mode that is new Dota 2, which this game mode has the same rule as the all picks but has changed to accelerate the pace of the match. To be able to understand in Dota 2, I also will discuss about total heroes in Dota 2. There are 112 heroes in Dota 2 in total, out of which 111 are playable. They are divided into 3 categories. First, strength. Usually start games hero with high HP. Second, agility. Late game carries. Third, intelligence. Supports who help the others from farm and get XP. So, platform that popular used by Dota 2 is Steam. So next, I would like to invite Azrul to explain about LoL.
Thank you Azwan for explaining about Dota 2. Now it is my turn to explain about LoL or League of Legends. This game was created on October 27, 2009 by Riot Games, having quite similar gameplay such as Dota 2. LoL is a mobile game based on Defense of the Ancient mod. Okay, so League of Legends is a team-oriented strategy game. The goal is to work together with your teammates to bring down the enemy nexus, located in the middle of their base before your opponents take down yours. Sounds straightforward and easy, but it is not going to be like that. When the game started, you must select the champion first. There are over 100 of champions you can select and match with your playstyle. There are fighter, mage, assassins, marksman, tank, and support. After selecting champion, you are required to buy items to increase the stats of your champion, such as attack, speed, and durability. To buy item, you need gold, obviously. In order to get the gold, you can either use minions of enemy, jungle monster, or enemy champion. By killing this enemy, you will gain experience and level up. By leveling, your champion stat will increase along with your level. The max level of champion is active. Before start fighting, you will need to choose your lane. Yes, lane. There are 4 lanes available: top lane, mid lane, bot lane, and jungle lane. This will help you on deciding which item to buy, as the fights are different on each lane. Let me give you an example. For jungle lane, you will have to buy items specifically for killing monsters. Buying item for killing champion as a starter will be resulting in you keep dying throughout the game, which is a really bad idea. Next, let's talk about champion. Each champions have different skills, 1 passive and 4 active skills. Passive skill will be activated automatically, while active skill will be activated by pressing the buttons. It is up to you on what kind of champion you would like to play. Don't worry, there are plenty of champions with suitable skills that you can match your play. Just be patient and start testing. There are a lot of mods available, but generally, we have 4 modes: Ranked mode, Blind Pick mode, RM mode, and versus AI mode. If you want a challenge and you don't want to have an easy play since you are extremely good, you can play on Ranked mode. In this mode, you will play with players based on your skill, and your rank will keep increase each time you win a game, resulting in you fighting a tougher enemy. If you are a beginner and want to practice, you can play versus AI mode. You will be fighting computer and your game record will not affect your rank. If you get bored with AI and you can play Blind Pick mode. It is a PvP game, player versus player game, except it doesn't have ranking system. It means you can practice your champion against real people before getting into rank. Lastly, RAM mode. In RAM, you will have only 1 lane and the game ends much quicker than normal game. Okay, I will stop right here regarding LoL. This is a simple explanation about LoL. If you started taking interest in LoL, you can download the game and start to experience it yourself. Next, we will be hearing advantage of Dota 2 compared to LoL. Psst, I recommend you to not believe whatever he say.
Thank you, Azrul. I will be explaining about advantage of Dota 2 compared to LoL. Both games are team games, but in different ways. In Dota 2, it's much easier to move from one place on the map to another, but doing so comes with high opportunity costs. Towers are weakened in Dota 2, making tower dive more possible, but they always the threat of the enemy support teleporting and turning to dive items like small teleport scrolls and will encourage player to band together, much like a dragon, rival crab and pink whites in the LoL do. Dota 2 is far more team oriented. Okay, I will stop here, explain about Dota 2 and its pros. If you started to like this game, you can download it from Steam and experience yourself. We will move to pros of LoL that will explain by Azrul, which is expert in LoL.
Thank you, Azwan, for stating your points against LoL. Now, it is my turn. Well, generally, LoL is a much friendlier game compared to Dota 2. You can easily learn the game having average of 30 minutes gameplay compared to Dota 2, having around 1 hour per game, which means you can complete 2 games of LoL in one Dota 2 game. Quiet and offer if you ask me. Dota 2 using Steam as platform to play, while LoL having its own platform. If Steam down, that goes for Dota 2 too. Another wins for LoL. Another things, LoL is a way more balanced as each champion have its own roles and the descriptions of champion is very specific. Compared to Dota 2, LoL provide much more specific information when you dive on how many damage dealt and what item costs damage. The features in LoL always encourage team fights such as battling for large monsters such as Dragon and Baron. Dota 2 have a much larger map and for team fight to occur is quite low except at base. In LoL, if your champion die, you will not get penalty except for timeout penalty. For Dota 2, not only you will be having timeout penalty, but you also will be having goal penalty, means each time you die, you lose your goal. There's a lot more and as usual, I want you to personally experience it. Moving on to Azwan to tell us about disadvantages of mobile games.
Thank you, Azrul, for your explanation. So I will explain disadvantage of mobile gaming. First and foremost, money management. Mobile player tends to start wasting all their monies on buying new games or items for select heroes. Secondly, and the most noticeable bad habit in mobile is addiction. Thing about mobile is that they can be very addictive, and once you got test for them, players spend hours and hours playing the game just to learn one hero from a roster of 100 heroes. We spend hours and hours in training only to find that it was all useless, and so we spend hours in the actual game to better, forgetting that we have life outside of the game. Some people try to quit, but most just end up gaming bad anyway. Lastly, flaming. Mobile actually have a capability of turning the most patient person in the world into the angriest person in the world. When you spend hours trying to get a better at the game, you become so attached with the idea of winning every match, and anyone who get in the way of reaching victory will slaughtered by you. Thank you for listening my explanation. So we move to the advantage of mobile gaming that we discussed by Azrul.
Again, thank you pal for helping us understand the bad effects that game can cause to a player. Right now, I am going to tell you guys the opposite of that. I will be explaining about the advantage of spending time in game. I will start with the biggest one. You will be able to make income by playing game. How? Esport and Twitch. By spending time in game, you might can increase your skill and become one of the best players globally. This will pique interest in some company to sponsor you to enter a tournament with condition of promoting their products. There are a lot of international gaming competitions such as DOTA2 tournaments, LoL World Cup and CSGO Championship. Even if you lost, you still got payment for entering the tournaments. Another way of getting money, you can make a stream using Twitch TV. If you can make an interesting stream, the viewer might donate money to you. And having high count of you will get an offer to advertise their product. And you will be paid for how much people viewing their product. by doing this, you can earn money and at the same time, you can have fun too. I think this is it for our review video. Thank you for watching till the end. We hope all the information we share will be useful to you. Till next time, goodbye.